morning, everybody. So, this is my heart. This is my heart on racism. Any questions? Well, I had two questions. First, does racism break hearts? And by that I mean, does being exposed to a racist stimulus have a negative impact on one's heart rate variability and other heart-based biometrics? And second question, can a culturally relevant meditation help heal? Meaning, is it a viable coping strategy after you've experienced or are experiencing racism? Let me begin by first breaking down what heart rate variability is. So heart rate variability is a biometric indicator of both perceived and actual psychophysiological well-being. Basically, higher heart rate variability serves as a protective factor against negative or adverse mental and physical health consequences. So you can see in this that as the heart rate goes up gradually in the racist stimulus, heart rate variability, which is represented by the way the lines go up and down, becomes truncated. That means it decreases, and it's also represented in that total power on both sides. But what causes that? Race-based stress. So race-based stress is the psychophysiological injury that one experiences when they are exposed to or witness racism. And this can include psychological or emotional injury, such as sadness, frustration, anger, but it also can include cognitive results like lack of concentration, second-guessing yourself, or believing that you are inherently inferior based on stereotypes about your race. And also those physical consequences. So that might include spikes in cortisol level, decreased heart rate variability, and increased heart rate. So the weathering effect of microaggressions, bearing witness to racism in social media, and even the unarmed killings of people of color in social media and on the news have a psychological and physiological toll. Racism hurts, both physically and mentally. And I provide biometric evidence, and research confirms this to be so. But wouldn't it be nice if we just believe people who've been saying this for hundreds and hundreds of years, that racism hurts? It does. Since we're not quite there as a society, our inclusive science is. So I spent a year at Emory University's Counseling Center Stress Clinic, where I learned biofeedback and meditation and other mind-body interventions that help you reduce stress. And then I translated that knowledge into the Black Lives Matter Meditation for Healing Racial Trauma. So this meditation includes mindfulness, it includes affirmations based on the Black experience, and it also includes metta, which is also known as loving kindness meditation. It's been shared by the Huffington Post over 5,000 times, and it's been used at university counseling centers around the United States. My hope is that it serves as a coping strategy for people who are experiencing racism, but not just so that we can heal and deal with it. No, I want it to bolster our sense of self so that we can continue to dismantle systems of racial oppression. So the psychophysiological study includes the Rise Square research team undertaking a quasi-experimental mixed method study, which is basically big language to say that on one hand you have a control condition where you listen to silence for 17 minutes, and then on the other hand you have the meditation that you listen to for 17 minutes after both groups have been exposed to 5 minutes of a racist stimulus. We don't yet have enough data to make generalizable conclusions, but our initial results are promising. First, it demonstrates what you see behind me, that your heart rate variability does in fact decrease. Your heart rate goes up, and racism results in shortened breath, truncated breathing. But also, the qualitative side has been reported to be effective as well. So one of our participants shared that she was so grateful for the meditation because she's already engaging in anti-racist action on campus, and it helped calm her down so that she could focus on her advocacy in different ways. So we've got this qualitative and quantitative data demonstrating what people have been saying for hundreds of years: racism hurts, but we have one potentially viable coping strategy for how we can help deal with it so that we can result in healing and make sure that our science is inclusive. Thank you.